What up, y'all? How's it going? Ben Dean here, and today I'm bringing you 10 surprising facts about South Korea. So a while ago I did a video about some misconceptions about Korea, and I talked about some things that you might have heard before but aren't necessarily true. This video is going to be kind of the opposite. I'm going to talk about some things that you might have heard before, but you might be surprised to find out are actually true or have some truth to them. I gotta preface this video by saying a few things. For one, I'm not any kind of statistician, so you might not be able to take 100% of what I say 100% literally, but these are all things that I've experienced personally through living in America and then coming to Korea and living here for the past few years. These are things that I've heard from Korean people, seen on the internet, felt myself, seen firsthand, all of that kind of stuff. And I've also asked my girlfriend, who is Korean, to take a look at this list as well, and she gave me some input. Another thing is, I don't want to sound like I'm generalizing here. I know everyone is different, so if it sounds like I'm saying like all Koreans do this or something like that, then that's not my intention at all. Also, some of these things on the list might not be completely specific to Korea. Other countries might have similar cultures or do similar things. I just had to say all that stuff because I really don't want to offend anybody or mislead anybody. You know, people on the internet these days, you know, they don't know. Anyway, let's just get into the video. The first one is plastic surgery. So plastic surgery is a big thing here in Korea. I think it's the country in the world with the most plastic surgeries done percentage-wise compared to the population. In Korea, people can be very concerned over appearance, and that is one reason why I think plastic surgery is done so much. When you apply for a job, most places will require a photo on your resume, and they even Photoshop passports and everything. Like, it's pretty intense. But when I say plastic surgery, I'm not talking about like complete facial reconstruction or anything. You know, a lot of it is minor stuff. Double eyelid surgery is probably the most popular one. An interesting thing is in America or other countries, it's considered something that's kind of taboo, I guess. But in Korea, it's becoming so common that it's not really taboo anymore. I've heard a lot of people who will encourage family members or whatever to actually get plastic surgery. That being said, there are plenty of people who don't get plastic surgery. Most people don't, but just compared to other countries, it is a very common thing. All right, number 2, alcohol. Alcohol is also a huge thing in Korea. I would say everyone drinks, but that's over-exaggerating. A lot of people drink, and a lot of people drink often. It's even kind of intertwined with business culture. They will have things called haeshiks, which are company dinners, where coworkers will get together and eat and drink, and it's sometimes a mandatory thing. If you guys don't know, soju is to Koreans as vodka is to Russians, I would say. It's a hugely popular drink, it's super cheap, and you can find people drinking it any time of the day, any place in Korea. I've also heard that if you consider soju a hard liquor, such as like vodka or gin or whatever, then Korean people drink the most amount of liquor in the world. I feel like there are a lot of alcoholics in Korea, which is a different problem, a different topic, but yes, alcohol is a huge thing here. Number 3, fan death. This is something that you might have heard before and something that you might have brushed off as an urban legend and something that just like no one, who would believe that, you know? But there are actually a lot of people who do believe in fan death here. Fan death is the thought that if you leave an electric fan in your room running at night, you'll die if you don't open the window. It's a very ridiculous thought, so all fans in Korea will have a timer that you can set, which is a good idea anyway, but I'm not sure how it started or why it started. People have different theories about it, and I don't think a lot of people really believe in it anymore, but I've definitely talked to or heard of a lot of people who do still believe in it, which is pretty weird. Alright, number 4, internet censorship. And when I say internet censorship, I basically mean porn censorship. Basically, like, all the big porn sites are censored, and if you go there, you'll get a warning like this, and you won't be able to enter at all. Not that I would really know firsthand, but yeah, it is kind of interesting that they are blocking that. You might have heard about it, you might have been concerned about it, but I'm pretty sure it's easy to get around with a VPN. I don't want to give too much advice about this topic though, so just on to the next one. Number 5, the age system. So this is an interesting thing. Korea is the only country in the world that kind of has a different age system. In other countries, you're considered 0 until you have your first birthday, a year after you were born. In Korea, you're considered 1 year old right when you're born. And then after the new year, you gain another year. So you could be born at the end of December, and a few days later, you'll already be 2 years old. So usually you're about 1 year or 2 years older than you usually are in international age. I'm 26, and in Korea I'm 27, unfortunately. I think 27. 아, 한국 나이 뭐지? 90년생인데.
너?
어.
한국 나이로 28.
아, 진짜?
응.
Well, in Korean age, I'm 28, which is kind of unfortunate, but I have no idea why they do this. It kind of makes you feel older sometimes, so I don't understand it at all, but it's different. It's really different. All right, number 6, I believe, is blood type, which is something that people in other countries, especially Eastern countries, might pay attention to as well. But in Korea, everyone knows their blood type, and most people will know the connotations, the personality traits associated with each blood type. They might say like type A is compatible with type O or whatever. I'm not sure about these things. If you want to look it up, you can. I've been asked numerous times in Korea what my blood type is, and I have no idea. I'm kind of interested though, because I'd like to answer people and see what people think about me judging only on my blood type. So I might get my blood drawn one of these days. Number 7, couple outfits, couple culture, that whole thing. I think in Korea and you know, other countries as well, you'll see couples really flaunting their couple status, which, you know, every country will have that to an extent, but in Korea it's just done differently than America, I guess. You'll see couple outfits all the time. If I go outside, I'll see couples wearing sometimes the exact same shirt, exact same pants, exact same shoes. A lot of people will do it a little bit more low-key. They'll have a couple watch, or they'll just wear the same like color combinations. But yeah, I've seen so often the exact same coats, the exact same shoes, and it's just pretty extreme in my personal opinion. If you come to Korea, you should see a lot of it. I'm not sure if it's fading out, but I still see it all the time. All right, next up, number 8, eating dog meat. This is kind of a controversial one, and honestly one that I could have probably put in my misconceptions video, because I'm not really sure how people think about this one. I've heard a lot, yeah, Asian people, like Korean people, just eat cats and dogs. And if you're generalizing like that, then I would say it is a misconception. But there is some truth to it. So in Korea, there still are people who eat dog meat. I would say mostly it is very old people who might have grown up, you know, eating that to survive. I have never met anybody around my age, or even like up until middle-aged people, who eat dog meat. I've never met anybody who supports it either. It is something that I think is changing a lot as time goes by, and I would probably guess it will completely fade out within the next 100 years or so, but it is still done. Before I came to Korea, I thought this was kind of like, you know, people don't really do that, do they? But Korean people I've talked to, they say their grandparents have and sometimes will eat dog meat. And a lot of Korean American people who I've met, some of my friends, or some people I've met at my Korean language school, they have grandparents who live in Korea and are just regular Korean people, and they have eaten dog meat together. The grandparents are like, hey, you should try this. And in Korea, it's kind of hard to say no sometimes to an older person. I've never tried it. I heard from one girl that I met at school who said it kind of tastes like a hot dog, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I would try it. You know, it does kind of go again. It just doesn't feel right at all. I guess I'm just trying to say, compared to what I thought, it does actually happen. But that being said, it's an extremely low percentage of people who actually do it. So don't go thinking that I'm like saying that Korean people eat dog meat. It's like kind of a rare thing, but it does happen. And like I said, I think it will die out sometime in the future. All right, number 9, heated floors. In America, at least where I'm from, heated floors are kind of a luxury, but in Korea, it's standard. I would say like every house has heated floors, and it's just because of how their heating system works. Starting from way back in the day, it's called ondol, and it basically, yeah, it just means heated floors, and I think it's a really nice system. In Korea and other Asian countries, a lot of people will sit and even sleep on the floor as well, and I think that has something to do with it. But if you like toasty warm feet, then yeah, Korea might be the place for you. Alright, and last but not least, number 10 is just the crazy school life and work life. You might have heard this, that over in Asia or in Korea, people will just study all day and then work all night when they get older, and I would say that that's not too far from the truth. Public schools are very intense here, and not only public schools, but there are so many after-school programs called hagwons. It's basically like cram school. So you go to your public school, and then you'll go to your hagwon or your cram school and then study for even a few more hours. I heard of a story of a mom sending her 5-year-old kid to like 5 or 10 different hagwons every day after school, which is just crazy. That's how this society seems to be at this point, because it's all about, you know, getting that good education, going to a good college, and getting a good job, which is another thing where people seem to be overworked a lot. There's a term called yagen, which is basically overtime, but without the overtime pay. There are cases where you can get paid bonus for overtime pay, but I've heard a lot of times that you can work 2-3 more hours than you're supposed to in a day and not get any benefits from it. One of my girlfriend's closest friends has this like every day, and it's just like she gets off at like so late every night and she's like just working her life away. You know, I can't really hate on it too much because I don't really want to hate on another culture, but I gotta say I'm glad that I didn't go to school here, and hopefully don't have to experience work life in a very Korean company. Alright y'all, that's it for this video. I hope I cleared up some things that you might have been wondering about Korea. One last thing before I go, I gotta give a shout out to Carla. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate you and everybody on Patreon who is supporting me. You guys play a huge part in making these videos possible. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.